Hello friends, welcome to my channel Live Biochemistry. I am Dr. Ashish Agrawal. Today I am going to discuss about the sorbitol pathway. It is also called as the polyol pathway. This pathway is important because it will help you to understand the complication of diabetes mellitus. Complication, chronic complication of diabetes mellitus like retinopathy, neuropathy, nephropathy, diabetic nephropathy. So all the mechanism behind this you will understand by the sorbitol pathway. It is also asked in short question or viva or in MCQ in competitive exam. So stay tuned and watch this video till the end. So aldose reductase enzyme, here the excess amount of glucose, whenever there is an excess amount of glucose, it is converted to sorbitol with the help of enzyme aldose reductase and NADPH. So NADPH is converted to NADP and glucose is converted to sorbitol. Here this aldose reductase enzyme, this enzyme will help in conversion of glucose to sorbitol in the tissue like retina in the lens, okay, in the eye, or neurons, specifically Schwann cell, okay, or nephrons, kidney cell. Here in all these organs, glucose is transported without the help of insulin, right? And this aldose reductase enzyme will convert glucose to sorbitol. Here you have to remember that aldose reductase has a very high Km. That means it has a low affinity. So this enzyme will act only when there is an excess amount of glucose. That you have to remember. That is seen in diabetes mellitus. So normally that glucose will go to the pathway of the glycolysis. But whenever there is excessive glucose, then this aldose reductase, this enzyme is present in the retina, neurons and kidney, right? And it is not under the influence of insulin. So these organs like retina, neurons and kidney, they will take up the excessive glucose and it will convert glucose to sorbitol. So excess glucose, you can see here, it is converted to sorbitol with the help of aldose reductase. Now this sorbitol is converted to fructose by the enzyme called sorbitol dehydrogenase. Now this sorbitol dehydrogenase enzyme, it is mainly present in the liver, right, and seminal vesicles. Okay. As we know, seminal vesicle requires the fructose as an energy source. So sorbitol dehydrogenase enzyme present in the seminal vesicles convert this sorbitol into the fructose or in the liver, right? And in other organs, like retina, neurons or nephrons, here there is very low activity of this sorbitol dehydrogenase. So what will happen? This sorbitol will be accumulated. So sorbitol dehydrogenase is very low level in neurons, in nephrons, in retina, okay, while it is present in the liver and seminal vesicles. So what will happen? Glucose will be converted to sorbitol. Excess amount of glucose will be converted to sorbitol, but sorbitol will not be converted to fructose in the neurons, nephrons and retina. That will lead to the accumulation of sorbitol. Now this sorbitol is very dangerous, right? Why? There are three mechanisms why increased sorbitol is dangerous. Because this sorbitol is poorly diffused. That means once it is there, it will not be easily escaped. So it will be accumulated. So excessive accumulation of sorbitol, it is osmotically active agents and it will draw, okay, water and it will lead to the damage to the crystalline protein crystalline protein of the lens. It will lead to the denaturation and protein aggregation. So it will damage the lens. It is poorly diffusible. One more, that glucose is converted to sorbitol, and here what will happen? NADPH is utilized. So decreased NADPH will lead to the oxidative stress, oxidative damage, and that will also damage to the lens, and it will lead to the cataract in the lens. Right. So what is cataract? Cataract is the opacity in the lens. Okay. Normally it is seen age-related, but in diabetes mellitus, because of the increased glucose, because that will be converted to sorbitol, sorbitol will not be converted to fructose. So sorbitol, excessive sorbitol, it will take up for the water, and that water will damage the crystalline protein of the lens, and there is a increased oxidative stress, and as sorbitol is not diffusible, it is poorly diffusible. So all this condition will lead to the cataract, and ultimately the sorbitol accumulation will damage the neurons and nephrons also. So increase in activity as the glucose concentration rises. So sorbitol level will be increased in tissues that are not insulin sensitive, like retina, like neurons, nephrons. Okay, and this sorbitol, it will in lens, it will cause the cataract. You can see the opacification, that is called as a cataract. In peripheral nerves, it will cause the neuropathy, and in nephrons, it will cause the nephropathy, because neurons and nephrons are damaged because of the sorbitol, which is osmotically active agent. So this is all about the polyol pathway, sorbitol pathway. I revise again. So glucose, excessive glucose, as it is seen in diabetes mellitus, it is converted to sorbitol. Okay, in all the organs like retina, neurons, nephrons, which are insulin insensitive. Okay, where insulin dependent glucose entry is not there. And this enzyme here is aldose reductase. Aldose reductase. It requires NADPH, that is converted to NADP. Here this aldose reductase has a very high Km value for the glucose. So that means less affinity. So it will act only when there is a excessive amount of glucose. So excessive amount of glucose will be converted to sorbitol, but sorbitol will not be converted to fructose. It is converted to fructose only in the seminal vesicles and liver. In other organs like retina, neurons, Schwann cells or nephrons, there is very low level of sorbitol dehydrogenase enzyme. So sorbitol will accumulate. Once sorbitol is accumulated, it is osmotically active agent, draw the water. So in the lens there is a cataract occur, because it will damage the crystalline protein of the lens. Okay, as this sorbitol is poorly diffusible, and also there is an increased oxidative stress, that will also lead to the cataract. Right. So in neurons there is the neuropathy will occur. In nephron there is a nephropathy will occur. So this is all about the sorbitol pathway or polyol pathway. I hope you understand the basics of the diabetes mellitus, why in diabetes mellitus in chronic complication the neuropathy, nephropathy and cataract occur. Okay, it's diabetic cataract. So we will see now the MCQ, which is the correct sequence of reaction in polyol pathway. Glucose, fructose, sorbitol, glucose, sorbitol, fructose, fructose, sorbitol, glucose, or fructose, glucose, sorbitol. So here glucose is converted to sorbitol and sorbitol is converted to fructose. So the correct answer is answer B. Okay, so glucose is converted to sorbitol by the aldose reductase enzyme, and sorbitol is converted to fructose by the sorbitol dehydrogenase enzyme. Okay. Now, enzyme responsible for conversion of glucose to sorbitol in polyol pathway is option A sorbitol dehydrogenase, option B aldose reductase, option C aldolase A, and option D aldolase B. As you know, sorbitol dehydrogenase will convert sorbitol to fructose, so this will not be there. Aldolase A is for the glycolysis, aldolase B you can see in the fructose metabolism. So here this glucose is converted to sorbitol with the help of aldose reductase enzyme. Okay, so I hope you understand. This is all about the sorbitol pathway and polyol pathway. I hope you understand the basics. If you like this video, hit the like button, share my video, subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that you can get notification for my future video also. Thank you friends for watching. Bye.
Thank you.